Before we start, quick hook. If you've been watching three-row SUVs for the last few years, you already know the dirty secret. Most comparisons are just the same opinions, recycled with different B-roll. So today we're doing something way more useful. This is not a classic review. This is a list, the 10 biggest differences you need to know between the all-new 2027 Kia Telluride and the all-new 2026 Hyundai Palisade, so you can decide which one fits your life without wasting hours on spec sheet soup. And yes, we're talking starting price, because that's the first difference that actually hits your bank account. All right, let's go. 10 differences, no fluff. Difference number 10, starting price and the value ladder. Let's get the money out of the way first, because you can't spec your way out of a budget. The 2027 Telluride gas model starts at $39,190 for the front-wheel drive LX. That's Kia's official entry price for the new generation Telluride. The 2026 Palisade gas model starts at $38,935 for the SE front-wheel drive. So the Hyundai comes in slightly cheaper at the very base trim. But once you step into hybrids, the story flips into a different ladder. The Telluride Hybrid starts at $46,490. The Palisade Hybrid is officially listed starting at $43,660 in Hyundai's pricing announcement. And it's also presented as $44,160 on Hyundai's consumer site, depending on how they show trims and fees. Either way, the Hyundai Hybrid enters lower than the Kia Hybrid on the published numbers. So here's the takeaway. If you're buying the cheapest possible base SUV, Palisade starts lower. If you're buying hybrid, Palisade also starts lower, at least based on the official published pricing you can see today. Telluride's play is that it tries to justify price with capability features and a very specific hybrid road trip identity we'll get to in a minute. Difference number 9, the standard engine philosophy, turbo torque versus V6 smoothness. This might be the biggest feel difference in normal driving. Kia made a bold move. The new Telluride comes standard with a 2.5-liter turbocharged engine. Kia states it makes 274 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque, routed through an 8-speed automatic to front-wheel drive or available all-wheel drive. Hyundai went the other direction for the non-hybrid Palisade. Its gas models use a 3.5-liter V6 paired with an 8-speed automatic, again with front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive depending on trim. So what does that mean in human terms? The Telluride is built to feel punchy in everyday use because turbo torque shows up earlier and stronger. The Palisade V6 is built to feel smooth and linear, and it has that classic big engine calmness when you lean on it. If your driving style is lots of short bursts, merging, passing, stop and go, the Telluride's turbo torque character is going to feel more energetic. If you like a more traditional, naturally smooth power delivery, the Palisade V6 identity will feel familiar. Difference number 8, the hybrid story. Same headline output, different mission. Here's the funny part. On paper, these two hybrids look like twins. Both brands describe a 2.5-liter turbocharged hybrid system delivering up to 329 horsepower and 339 pound-feet of torque. But the real difference is what each brand emphasizes as the reason to buy it. Kia is loud about one thing, total range and stop less often. Kia's official Telluride hybrid page highlights up to 637 miles of total driving range in the right configuration and an EPA-estimated 35 miles per gallon combined claim in the right trim. Hyundai's official Palisade information frames the hybrid around up to 34 miles per gallon, targeted fuel economy, and 600-plus miles of range, depending on configuration. So, if you're the kind of family that lives on road trips, this is a big deal. Both are hybrid, both are efficient, both are powerful, but Kia's messaging is basically, we want to be the road trip king, while Hyundai's messaging is, we want to be the efficient premium family flagship. Difference number 7, parked comfort and the hybrid's special trick. This is one of those features that sounds like a gimmick until you have kids, or you wait in the car a lot, or you camp, or you do long travel days. Kia officially states the Telluride Hybrid has stay mode, which can use the hybrid battery pack to run climate control, cabin lighting, stereo, and other systems for about 20 minutes or until the hybrid battery drains to about 20% without turning on the engine. That is a very specific family life feature. Waiting at practice? Eating in the car on a cold day? Parking with sleeping kids? Telluride Hybrid is designed to make that easier without idling the engine. Hyundai doesn't present the Palisade Hybrid with an equivalent named Stay feature in its official overview. Hyundai focuses more on cabin comfort upgrades like relaxation seating and tech, rather than engine-off parked mode as a headline. So if your life includes a lot of waiting, the Telluride Hybrid has a unique advantage here. Difference number 6. Off-road and rugged trims, X Pro versus XRT Pro, and they're not the same. Both brands now offer a more rugged-looking, more rugged-capable trim, but their hardware strategies differ. Kia's X Pro is the more serious Telluride off-road package on paper. Kia states X Pro adds 9.1 inches of ground clearance, an electronic limited slip differential, and a center differential lock strategy that can maintain an even 50-50 front-rear torque split. Kia also introduces a new ground view monitor that shows a composite view of the ground below at low speed, and an off-road vehicle status screen that can show pitch, roll, and steering angle. Hyundai's Palisade XRT Pro is Hyundai's first XRT Pro model, and Hyundai lists a very detailed capability set: 8.4 inches of ground clearance, a rear electronic limited slip differential, improved approach and departure and breakover geometry, all-terrain tires, and new mud, sand, and snow terrain modes. Hyundai also highlights tow mode, recovery hooks, and a surround view monitor with forward ground view, plus real-time pitch and roll and compass and elevation displays. So what's the real difference? Telluride X Pro leans into the idea of torque distribution and a locked front-rear split for traction confidence. Palisade XRT Pro leans into a more toolkit approach: terrain modes, tow mode, an ELSD, and a set of off-road dashboards. If you're the kind of owner who actually drives trails and wants a trail display and terrain modes, Palisade XRT Pro is very feature-forward. If you want the maximum traction strategy and the highest ground clearance number between these two rugged trims, Telluride X Pro has the edge with 9.1 inches versus 8.4 inches. Difference number 5. Family tech priorities, dashcam versus radar rear occupant detection. This is where the brands reveal their different definitions of family safety. Hyundai makes a big deal about the new Palisade having a built-in 2-camera dashcam that can record while driving and also record motion around the vehicle while parked. Kia counters with something very family-specific, a rear occupant alert system that uses in-cabin radar motion sensors to detect occupants in the second and third rows and can escalate alerts and even send a push notification to a compatible phone. Both are safety features. They just solve different fears. If you worry about accidents, insurance claims, and parking incidents, a built-in dashcam is a huge daily win. If you worry about leaving a child or a pet behind accidentally in the third row, the radar-based rear occupant detection is the kind of feature that can genuinely change outcomes. So the difference is, Palisade pushes record what happens, Telluride pushes detect who's still inside. Difference number 4, cabin comfort upgrades, who goes harder on second and third row convenience. Both are family SUVs, so both are trying to make the back half of the cabin feel like first class. Hyundai's official Palisade overview emphasizes relaxation seats for first and second row passengers, plus power-adjustable second row seating with heat and ventilation, and third row seats that can be power folding, sliding, and power reclining, with heating available. Hyundai also calls out one-touch second row tilt and slide for easier third row access. Kia's official Telluride information emphasizes available wider front relaxation seats with power leg rests, a driver's seat with massage-style support, power-operated second-row captain's chairs with heat and ventilation, and available heated third-row seats. Kia also emphasizes that the new second-row bench seat design is intended to allow child seats to stay in place while accessing the third row, and that it slides further forward than before. The practical difference? Hyundai is very explicit about third-row seat articulation, power folding, sliding, reclining, and controlling seat functions from the driver's seat or cargo area. Kia is very explicit about child seat practicality and easier access without removing everything. So if your daily life includes constantly reorganizing car seats and still needing third-row access, Kia's seat design emphasis is huge. If your daily life includes frequently changing the cabin configuration and you love power seat convenience and control, Hyundai is leaning hard into that. Difference number 3, charging and power for devices, how each one treats everyone has a phone. This is the modern family reality. Every row needs power. Hyundai's official Palisade overview highlights 100-watt capable USB-C ports accessible in each row. That is a serious charging capability. It's not just charge your phone slowly, it's keep tablets and devices alive on long trips. Hyundai also highlights a wireless charging pad with an integrated device cooling fan and 15 watts of fast device charging. Kia's Telluride emphasizes multiple USB-C fast charging ports across all 3 rows and dual wireless charging pads up front. Kia's emphasis is everyone can plug in and both front occupants can charge wirelessly. So the difference is, Hyundai is very specific about high-output USB-C power and a cooled wireless charging pad. Kia is very specific about dual wireless chargers and device access throughout the cabin. If your family is a 2 tablets, 2 phones, maybe a laptop household, the 100-watt USB-C detail on Palisade is a real advantage. Difference number 2, infotainment and the big screen story. Same size, different ecosystems. Both are going heavy on screen real estate. But the features they layer on top are different. Hyundai calls out a panoramic, curved digital instrument cluster and navigation system with dual 12.3-inch displays, plus wireless over-the-air update capability that keeps major controls up to date and enables future software additions. Kia calls out its connected car navigation cockpit system, also with available dual 12.3-inch panoramic digital displays, plus over-the-air updates. But Kia goes further into entertainment ecosystem. It highlights streaming support for services like Disney+, Netflix, and YouTube, and it highlights an ultra-wideband digital key 2.0 system that can be shared with up to 3 people on compatible devices. So the difference is, Hyundai's official story is OTA updates and premium cabin tech. Kia's official story is OTA updates plus digital key ecosystem plus integrated streaming. If you want your SUV to be an entertainment hub on road trips, Kia is leaning into that. If you want the cleanest premium tech experience with strong OEM integration, Hyundai is leaning into that. Difference number 1, how each one drives and feels, steering hardware, and confidence. This is the one that doesn't show up in photos but changes your experience every day. Kia states that regardless of powertrain, the Telluride now comes standard with rack-mounted motor-driven power steering, replacing the previous column-mounted system. Kia says this improves feedback, responds more quickly, and improves precision through corners and high-speed stability. Hyundai's Palisade official overview focuses more on overall refinement, cabin design, and technology. It does not make the same explicit steering system change a headline feature. So if you care about how the SUV feels in your hands, especially at highway speed or on sweeping roads, Kia is explicitly telling you it engineered a more precise steering system for the new generation. Now, after 10 differences, here's the quick decision guide, the which one is best for you part. If you want the lowest entry price and a very premium, tech-heavy family SUV with a V6 option, the Palisade is the easier value entry on paper. If you want the more modern, turbo torque everywhere feel and a steering system designed to be sharper and more precise, Telluride is the more driver-forward choice. If you want the cheaper way into a hybrid 3-row, Palisade Hybrid enters lower on official pricing. If you want the hybrid that's obsessed with road trip range and gives you stay mode for real parked comfort, Telluride Hybrid has the unique daily life edge. If you want the most off-road dashboard features, terrain modes, and a factory tow mode story, Palisade XRT Pro is stacked. If you want the higher ground clearance and the locked front-rear torque split strategy on the rugged trim, Telluride X Pro is the traction-first approach. So here's the simplest one-line verdict. Pick Palisade if you want the best price ladder into a premium family flagship with heavy comfort and tech emphasis. Pick Telluride if you want the more aggressive new generation mechanical changes, the torque-first driving feel, and the hybrid daily life features aimed at road trips and waiting in the car reality. And if you want me to tailor this to your life, tell me 3 things. Do you tow? Do you use the third row daily or only sometimes? And do you want hybrid for fuel savings or gas for simplicity? And I'll tell you which one you should buy and which trim you should skip.